All right, YouTube. So, I know it's been a minute since I've uploaded an actual video. Been super busy with life, you know. Had a baby. She's 8 months now. That was right around the time I was actually getting really active with filming. Made a move to a new city. Got a new position as a team lead. I have 5 guys underneath me doing commercial HVAC service now. I've really been prepping a lot for a bodybuilding show, and that's taking up a lot of time. But I'm trying to get back into it and post regular content. And I figured this would be a good comeback video. So recently, I ordered a Veto Pro Pack Tech Pack Blackout, and they had this really awesome promotion on the Veto website, and I think True Tech Tools, and it came with this TP6B for free. So this thing's awesome. I'm probably gonna put a strap on it. And right now I've currently got the Testo Smart Probes. I plan on getting the full field piece set. I'm gonna get my boss to buy them for me. And I'm gonna put my Testos in this one and kind of load it out for a quick check and basic PM bag. But this is more or less gonna be my everyday carry. I work on pretty much all commercial equipment, large tonnage package units, chillers, boilers. So we're gonna kind of go over everything, and I'll show you how I've loaded this thing out. So I guess we'll start right here. Got this nice little pocket filled with my business cards. Got some spare batteries and bits, UEI pocket thermometer. It's really nice, got a magnet on it. Inside the buckle strap, I've got an electrical fitting box. Keep my gloves. Milwaukee duck knife. This thing is great. The sheath on it is great. I actually prefer it to some of the name brand ones. You can adjust the straps so this swings open more or less. On the side right here, got the Fat Boy Sharpie, a couple of extension bits, some thread tape, electrical tape. Over on this side, I've got the Milwaukee paint marker. I use that a lot. The fuel, M18 volt, dangling on the side right now. I'm probably not gonna leave that clipped on there. I have bad experiences with leaving drills clipped to bags. So I'll probably throw that on my belt buckle. And this thing, guys, it's not light. I put it on a scale after I had fully loaded it out, and it's about 39 pounds with everything that I've got in it. Thankfully, I do a lot of work on the ground on chillers, and pretty much the vast majority of our job sites have really nice ladder hatches and my company has already, tied up ropes on them with hooks. So I'll be roping this thing up, that's for sure. I'm not gonna walk up a ladder with this on my back, only when I get on the roof. And the straps, we'll take a look at the straps. They are extremely comfortable, adjustable, padded back. We'll start right here in the main tool compartment. Zippers seem to be really smooth. I did take the zoom spout oiler and I went ahead and lubricated them anyway. So let's fold this down, okay? In this zipper compartment right here, I have a little magnetic dish to hold screws and what have you. I have a pouch of some self-tapper screws. A lot of the stuff we go to, stuff is stripped out and you got to redo it. I have a bunch of various bits stuffed in here. These pockets are kind of like your bullshit catch everything pockets. This one right here, I've got zip ties, little thermostat screwdriver with a Schrader core, the Klein stubby. It's 5/16 on one end, reverses to 1/4 inch on the other. This thing is fantastic. It can get you out of so many tight spots where you can't normally fit. This is actually one of my favorite thermostat screwdrivers I've ever owned. It's like $10 from Home Depot, a Husky. You pop this off and it has all your different sizes inside and stores them there, so you never really lose them as long as you take it out and put it back. It's so nice that I actually have 2 of them. I have a Klein one inside the truck as well, but those Huskies have been doing me good. So this is pretty cool. I got this from Amazon, about 10 bucks. You can take it off, and they're bits that hold your 1/4 inch shank, nut drivers, Phillips head bits, what have you, and keeps everything. I got a 9/16, you know, 3/4 flippable, 1/2 inch, 5/16, all that good stuff. So I put that right there. Got some service wrenches, a larger Hillmore one. This is just a basic open-ended wrench, 9/16, but I run into a lot of 9/16 bolts, and that usually comes in handy. And this is all stuff that I use on the regular, so of course your bag may be laid out a little bit different. This is just stuff that I get the most use out of. 1/2 inch ratcheting wrench, also run into a lot of 1/2 inch bolts, that comes in handy. Got a Sharpie, another extension bit. This thing has saved my ass so many times. It is an extendable magnet. I can't tell you how many times I have dropped crap inside of a unit or a condenser fan section and been like, oh crap, it's got a nice little pocket clip. Also got from Amazon. I get a lot of stuff from Amazon. Okay, that's the future. Amazon and TruTech tools. Right here I have a 3/8 impact adapter and an 11/32 hollow shaft bit. Most of the condenser fan nuts that you see are about this size, so that comes in handy whenever you need it. And it's easier for me just to keep that and throw it on the drill than to use a nut driver. Again, another Husky screwdriver. This thing, guys, let me turn you on to this. This is awesome. These pockets are still kind of tight. Got to break them in. I believe this is the Klein Tools electrician's ratcheting wrench. So it's got a 5/16 on one size, ratchets, tighten or loosen, 1/4 inch, okay? And it's fantastic. What I did is I ordered, sorry, I'm outside, this Allen key set that has 1/4 inch impact bits, and you can use this like a service wrench. It's got all your service wrench sizes. A lot of Liebert server room units, they use Allen wrenches on the doors, Allen keys, and it's fantastic. Maybe you've got a unit where it's tied up against the wall and there's no way to get a drill in there. You can put this in here and ratchet it, you know, with that much space in between. Fantastic tool. I would highly recommend getting this for your bag, especially if you can get a nice little impact Allen wrench set, again from Amazon. 20 piece. It's got standard or imperial units and metric. So that goes back down right in there. Again, another service wrench. And I have the adapter for that in here, but most of the time I use this Klein instead of the actual traditional HVAC service wrench. This thing is also fantastic. Crescent brand, little mini adjustable pliers, you know, they're little babies. But I've had a couple situations where I had to take out a square plug on a gas valve that was tucked up in a Lochinvar boiler, and it was, the way it was just put in was so stupid. There was no way to get it out, and I had to go buy this specifically to get that little square plug out, and now I use it all the time. Service caps, really great tool to have. Okay, now we're gonna get to the beaters. You know, standard stuff, guys. The politically correct term are diagonal cutting pliers here in the trades, and this probably isn't politically correct anymore. When I grew up, we called them dikes. So I will forever call these dikes. I don't care if anyone's offended, but the correct term is diagonal cutting pliers. These are Channel Lock brands, tried and true. They've been great to me. Put those back in there. Klein long shaft, flathead screwdriver. This is great for a lot of starters. Sometimes the well for the screw is really long and tiny on some of those starters, and you can't really fit like an 11-1 in there. So that's where this comes in handy. And then the Phillips head version with a magnetic tip. This right here is just a little beater flathead that I found recently on the roof. Pair of scissors. Never know when you're gonna need them. Sometimes I use them more than you would expect, so I keep them in there. Pair of Klein lineman electrician pliers. I don't use these as much as I used to back in the residential light commercial days, but they're high leverage. They've got incredible cutting power. Great for beating stuff. Good tool to have. Got an insulated Phillips head screwdriver and insulated Klein flathead screwdriver. I had the Phillips head version of this. Unfortunately, I lost it recently. This is my favorite pair of strippers that I've ever owned. I have a bad habit of losing them, and I always go back to them. The Milwaukee needle nose spring action wire strippers. They cut so good. The blade down here at the bottom is really sharp. Not too bright on the needle nose tip. I've had the Klein ones that have the crimper at the bottom, and I honestly prefer these. I think they work better, and the spring assist helps so much. And as far as crimping electrical fittings, I've got a pair of Klein crimpers anyway for non-insulated and insulated, and that's typically what I use for that. So very happy with the Milwaukee, some of the Milwaukee hand tools. Not a fan of the Milwaukee bits for your drill. They wear out pretty quick. The DeWalt ones are pretty good, and of course the Malco ones are good too. So keep going. Pair of Husky PVC cutters. Some of this stuff seems off-brand or cheap, but it works just fine for what I need it for, you know. This is just to make a quick cut on a backed up P-trap or something like that. And then I keep brushes. What I like to do when I open up an electrical panel on a unit, you know, they get filled with dust and they look like crap and there's dirt everywhere. I'll disconnect the power and I'll clean it out and make it look really nice. Try to go above and beyond, you know, set yourself apart. Pair of Milwaukee adjustable pliers. These things are also great. Channel lock pliers. They're adjustable pliers. Channel lock is actually a brand. They've got a little reamer right here at the bottom. I don't carry a big set with me. I don't find myself really needing it in most situations. This one opens up wide enough for most of what I encounter. 8-inch crescent wrench. Adjustable wrench, excuse me. This is Crescent brand. I'm trying to be politically correct. This is a great adjustable wrench. They have this at Home Depot in a 2-pack, and it comes with this size and also I think a 6-inch size. I lost my 6-inch unfortunately, but the 6-inch is fantastic because it opens up wide enough that you can still fit it on a nitrogen regulator. So I'm gonna go back to Home Depot and buy another set of these, switch this one out for the new one, probably put it in the service bag and put that 6-inch back in here. Don't use these very often, but sometimes you need them. A little set of Torx bits. And this is great, actually. I love this thing. It's from Commercial Electric. You can find it in the electrical section at Home Depot. It's a 14-in-1. So 1/2 inch, I think it's got 9/16, 1/4 inch. You guys seen this. It's not news to y'all. Everything flips out. You know, different size bits, 5/16, 3/8. Nut driver, really fantastic, sturdy, got a good grip on it. I love this thing. I use this thing quite often. So that's the majority of the hand tools. So let's go ahead and get this zipped back up. Oops, sorry guys, turn the video off there for a second. Yeah, electrical box, I've got, you know, all your basic fittings, female ends, ring terminals, some forked terminals, wire nuts, 3-amp, 5-amp fuses, the basic stuff. And I've got a bigger, more in-depth electrical box that I keep in the truck, but this one suffices for the majority of what I need. So if you're unfamiliar with the Tech Pack, you flip this around, and to open up the back pocket, these straps come loose and you lift this up and pull it out. Okay, both the handle and this built-in hook are rated for, I think, at least 200 pounds, maybe a little bit more. So you can rope it up either way, by this or this hook. This is where I keep pretty much my testing equipment on this backside. The layout of the pockets is kind of better suited to that. So we'll take a look. A little 6-foot Milwaukee keychain tape measure. There's no need for me to carry a big one. For in the field diagnosis and troubleshooting, this thing works great if I do need one. Oh, somebody set the alarm off. This thing works great. If I need my bigger one, I'll go get it, but I don't typically need it anyway. Bunch of mini split adapters. You know, I lose these a lot and use them a lot, so I keep those. This thing is cool. It is a Supco brand flame sensor cleaner. So what you do is you put your shaft inside the hole and you stroke your shaft in and out inside the hole, and the hole cleans your shaft for you, and then you pull your shaft out and you're happy. Yeah, very nice. I keep this with me because I do work on boilers, and even when hydronic heating season is kind of wearing out, I still work on a lot of domestic boilers that use flame sensing rods. Schrader core tool holds all my Schrader cores. I do need to get another thing of Nylog blue. I used all of it. Lighter. These are charging cords, and I'll show you what those go to in a minute. Inside this zipper pouch, I have alligator clips for my meter, temperature probe, jumper wires, another sort of temperature probe for my meter, basically jumper wires and lead connections for my meter. I keep a tripod right here for filming. You know, if I'm brazing or something, I can put my phone up there and set it up. So I use this thing a lot, or to walk around. I love this meter. I've had it forever. It's the Fluke 116, and I actually carry 3 different Fluke meters. 2 323 amp clamps and a 116 I use for all my voltage stuff, microfarads. My true electrical testing, I'll normally use the Fluke 116. And people ask me, they're like, why don't you just get a field piece that does everything, you know? And I'm a Fluke guy, okay? I think field piece and UEI, they make some fantastic all-in-one meters, and I'm not knocking them at all. I love a lot of the field piece products, but I think Fluke sets the standard for the multimeter testing industry. I have noticed that a lot of the field piece meters and UEI, the response time is nowhere near as instant as my Fluke meters. So a lot of them, field piece, I'll use other technicians' meters when I'm helping them out on jobs, and they'll put their leads on terminals, and there's a delay before the voltage or the reading comes up. When I have my leads on this Fluke and I check voltage, it is instantaneous. Instant display. There is no delay whatsoever. They're extremely rugged and durable. And I carry 2 amp clamp meters so I can check multiple amperages on different components at one time. So I'll be checking voltage here. I'll have 3 meters out at one time. I'll have this hooked up to a blower motor, this hooked up to condenser fans, rotate between my compressors so I can monitor amp draws on different things. I don't like just carrying 1 meter. I'll set them up in 2 or 3 different areas of the electrical compartment and look at all my data at once. Solenoid magnet, I have 2 of these. I left this on a job site last week, over the weekend, on a solenoid that needed to be left open for the meantime. Testo smart probes, this is a charging tee. There's a core depressor and 2 core depressors in both of these, high and low side. Testo temperature clamps, little yellow jacket charging hoses. So what I'll do is, to charge with my probes, I will put these on, and I have them all labeled with red or blue for high side and low side. As I'll put this on the service port, put this valve, this ball valve hose at the end right here, and then just run a hose from my refrigerant tank to this ball valve with it closed. I can purge it that way, crack it open and charge, and then I don't typically need a manifold gauge set at all. Most of the time, if I'm using a manifold gauge set, it's for pressure checking, like nitrogen or something like that. Again, solenoid magnet, leads. These Fluke ones are really nice. You can, let me set this down real quick. They twist, so it protects the lead. I love these. They've been great, held up great. Water pressure gauge for like a standard garden hose connector. I use these a lot to check water pressure differentials on barrels or heat exchangers, or check pressures at boilers. In this compartment right here, this is most of my refrigeration fittings. Again, I've got some more jumper wires just tucked up in there. If I ever use turbo caps, I'll usually take the jumper wires out of there. But I have the mini split, I think 5/16 Apion core removal tool. I've got 2 more regular Apion core removal tools that I keep in my vacuum / recovery bag. This one is an AccuTools, came with the True Blue kit. I do have True Blue hoses, and I love them. They're fantastic. Maybe I'll do a video on those in my vacuum setup sometime. I plan on doing that, and how to recover from large tonnage chillers. What else do I have in here? Some more batteries, low loss fittings. I always keep some service tees. Again, I need to get more nylog, but I always keep service tees on here for stuff that's leaking so bad and maybe I can't get the core out or whatever. These do come in handy. These can save your ass in a pinch. So I always keep a couple in there. This is a little multi-tool key. It's great. Also got it off Amazon. It can open York chiller panels with this end. A lot of Dunham Bush chillers use this key, or even Ingersoll Rand air compressors will use this. And then it's got, you know, water spout keys. So I keep that in there. Zip this back up, and this pocket right here, I keep that's what these cords went to, is I keep a rechargeable battery for my phones or my iPad. I always keep it charged up. You know, in Texas in the summer, it can drain your batteries pretty quick. And also using the Measure Quick or the Testo or even the Field Piece Job Link app, I don't know if y'all have noticed this, but those apps drain your battery so ridiculously fast, it's insane. So I would highly recommend buying a portable battery to keep with you in your service bag. You know, it's the worst thing ever when you're in the middle of doing something and that red light comes on. And little notebook, I got this from an Aeon package unit startup class. I keep all my notes in there if I need to write something down. A lot of boilers, weekly reports for my teammates. So I keep that in there just in case I need to make notes to reference later, or draw out a schematic. Sometimes I'll draw out schematics. It's easier than messing around on my phone. So we will zip that back up. Again, this is like my diagnosis and testing function bag. I'm trying to decide if I want to keep my Supco Megger in here or not. Haven't really gotten there. Also considered leaving my manometer, Field Piece dual port manometer in there. I went against it because heating season is slowing down. I still will run the occasional domestic boiler call, but I think I'm going to leave that out for now. And that zips back up, and then if you want to use your straps, you just take this clip and they snap right back on like that. Very nifty. Again, like I said, I love this bag. It appears to be fantastic. I can't wait to use it. It is heavy, guys. If you don't like carrying around a heavy bag or loading your stuff up, then you don't want to waste your money, and this is probably not the bag for you. I think it's 10 pounds when it's totally empty, so it's already on the heavy side. And like I said, I put mine on the weight scale this morning after I got done loading it, and it's 39 pounds. So if you're not somebody that typically uses ropes to rope your stuff up, or if you're somebody that works on the ground, this is probably a great choice, okay? If you're somebody that doesn't utilize ropes and you're having to climb up very tiny roof hatches with cages around them, guys, you're probably not gonna fit up a roof hatch with a cage around it with this on your back. There's no way in hell you're gonna have to rope it up. This is like the bag that you wanna carry if you know you're going up on the roof and gonna be there for a minute and you are not trying to go back down, but you are gonna wanna rope it up. Seems to be extremely durable. Hard plastic bottom. The material feels quality. Forgot about this zipper pouch. And here I keep service caps. I'm always adding these to units. Can't tell you how many times I go to stuff and the caps are just missing. So I'll take a cap, put a little nylog on it, tighten it down. You know, try to give quality of service every time you go to. We have these key rings right here. I may take my old Veto strap and put it on there. I haven't decided yet. I'm gonna fool around with it. And then, like I said, this came with the free promotion, the TP6B. And I'm definitely gonna put a strap on the rings right here. And I will use this for a PM and quick check bag, or maybe I run into like a split system or something. I don't need my whole load out for that. I'll load this up with an 11-in-1, little basic meter, some probes or some stubbies, you know, basic stuff. We'll work with that later. But yeah, Veto, Tech Pack, Blackout. Really love it so far. Appears to be quality. Can't wait to break it in. I've been using Veto bags for a long time. I've had 3 or 4 over the years. Never had a complaint with a single one. I've always wanted the Tech Pack though. And now that I got it, I'm like a little kid on Christmas. I was a little kid on Christmas when I opened this up. You know, I kind of creamed my pants a little bit. So once again, guys, please show some love. Like, comment, subscribe. Just look how sexy that is. It looks so good. Like, comment, subscribe. I will try to be more regular on posting videos. And I love you guys. I love the YouTube HVAC community. It's a fantastic place to learn and grow in the trade together. And I will see you guys on the next one. Peace.